What up, everybody?
Can I get a oh
Oh, yeah.
There was a video I saw of a guy that was on a plane, and it was like a Instagram reel, and he was like, he had his phone out, and I can't remember exactly what he said. Oh, he says, "Passengers of so and so flight, can I get a oh yeah?" And he like screamed it, and then somebody all of a sudden you hear it in the back like oh yeah, it's just like echoes. It's really funny.
The best. Welcome back to another episode of Worked Up, presented by HWR.
Yo.
Oh my God,
Voice research.
that sounded so bad.
The one sounded bad last week too. I liked it. Distortion.
Oh man. Well, it is Monday, September 20th. And I don't know. Tired. And Kluge bailed on us, so that's nice.
If we get a text message in the middle of this episode and Kluge wants to join us, I'm gonna tell him no.
Well, I said he could. So.
No, I know. I'm just being stupid.
But so we have bad news. Right now we're supposed to be racing with the truck league, and they aren't racing. There's some
Doo-doos.
drama going down on that league. So they aren't racing, and we're gonna start our own league. It's gonna be lit. So be on the watch for that. Pretty interesting racing weekend. As in, I only watched one of them, and it was pretty intense. The Bristol race from NASCAR. We didn't have to. I thought it was gonna be a Sunday race, but it wasn't. It was a Saturday race, so my bad. That's for you. This weekend is a Sunday race.
Okay, because I didn't see it, and I was like,
Pretty sure it is. I'll actually. So we should be able to vote, or right, or
sure.
yeah, it is Sunday at 7. Holy crap! Oh, because it's in Vegas.
Oh,
So they go to Vegas this weekend, but the end of the Bristol race was intense because Harvick was running really well all weekend, or not all race. Moved Chase Elliott a few times, roughed him up a bit. Not the cleanest moves, that's for sure, but most. I don't want to say a lot of the passing for the lead has been clean. A lot of passing hasn't been clean this year and previous years, in my opinion. But that's just racing. Like, it's just racing. It wasn't dirty. I mean, it was dirty, but it wasn't like a late hit to the quarterback, that kind of dirty. It was just like I'm holding you a little bit while you're trying to catch a ball. Nothing crazy. To me.
it wasn't like glory hole dirty. It was
Yeah, right.
like random guy you met at a bar dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect explanation of that. So he moved Chase Elliott, and Chase Elliott ended up having, I think, a puncture. So a tire went down. I don't remember. I think it was puncture. Pretty sure. He had to go pit. He came out directly in front of Harvick again. So Harvick's still leading the race. Chase is about to go a lap down. Chase drives him pretty hard. Cost Harvick the win. Harvick's fuming, pushing his car around, whatever. He slams into the back of him on pit road, like they're touching. And they get out and they're just screaming at each other. And Elliott is like, "Oh, he can race us dirty, but we can't race him dirty, whatever. Harvick is like, "Oh, he gets to hit us like that, but as soon as we hit him, we get booed. Whatever, it's fine. Keep the boos coming. He's the poster child. I'm over it. See ya."
Oh, so there's a little bit of heat.
Yeah, it got pretty dramatic there at the end, but Kyle Larson ended up taking the dub. So, well, that's going into next week with the new round of playoffs starting. So there's another 3 races. Round of 12.
I respect.
And Willie B just made it
Oh my God, thank you.
by like 1 point. Just made it. He races
my boy
little tush off.
started so strong, and then he
Bristol
stopped busting that ass, and then
was a mean race.
he's focusing on calculus and the frat parties too much.
Yes, exactly.
He's gonna be 40 years out of college, and I'm just gonna still think of him as that.
Well, he looks like us because he is us.
Yeah, but
Still,
yeah,
Yeah.
he's still in high school in my mind.
he's the baby. So racing for NASCAR should be pretty intense. I'm still coming off my Daniel Ricciardo high, so still having a blast with that. I think they're back on the track this week. I don't know for sure. I think they are. In Russia, they're in the Ruski. IndyCar, Colton Herta won, but it doesn't really matter because he's had a couple bad races, so he's out of playoff or championship contention. So it's down to like 2 or 3.
Wait, what's his name?
Colton Herta.
Colton Herta. These nuts. All right.
That wasn't that good.
It was pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
Let's see if I can put these nuts after people's names.
Nuts. That's kind of it. That's what I got for racing. We're doing a poll. So in the comments, let me know what your favorite race car is. And then
I already got mine in.
I'm putting all of the race cars, I'll put them into a poll, or I'll try and get as many race cars into a poll that were voted on. And then it'll be a secret vote. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I figured it out. Where whoever puts more likes on each car, whatever, we're going to put them into a top 10 voted by you. And then I'm going to have Shep and Kluge guess what the top 10 is when I'm going to show them the pictures of the top 10 cars that were voted on, not in order. And then they're going to be like, I think this is number 1, number 2, whatever. Go through that list. Then I'm going to show them the actual order of what people voted on. And see what we do.
I got another video idea for us we should do. Have you seen those tier list like generators? Like S tier, A tier. Have you seen those?
Yes.
We should get one of those made for like cars, like race cars of a certain class or drivers or something, and then the 3 of us should hop on Discord.
We could do
and then just
drivers.
And then kind of go and like by opinion.
I don't know how to do that, but I'm in. We'll figure that out.
It's tough. The reason why I said cars is because I don't know drivers. That's my like.
That's true. Well, but we could do drivers based on stats.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Just a thought, because I seen a lot of those videos popping up.
I don't want to do 2 top 10s of cars.
Yeah, no, I get you.
We could do tracks, but you don't know tracks either.
No, but I could look at look what the track looks like.
Yeah,
I could look it up.
I can send you like videos of like a lap around the track or whatever, and you could be like,
yeah,
that's cool as hell.
I've seen a lot of those like tier lists popping up on YouTube's lately. So
yeah, I'm down for that. We can do that with a bunch of stuff.
But yeah,
like liveries, we could do liveries.
Yeah, I do like that.
Would be cool. Our cars, we could do our cars.
Yeah,
we could do a bunch of things.
Could do our team members and then put Sean in F tier, or just make him his own tier at the bottom. Do like F tier and then Sean tier.
Yeah, I agree.
And then only he's in it. All right.
Bitch boy.
Maybe Kluge.
Yeah, Kluge's right there because he bailed on us. Oh, my wife's sick. Gotta put the kids to bed. Yeah, well, you were gonna let me know, and then you haven't texted me in 45 minutes. Slut.
It's probably getting that sloppy top.
His wife doesn't feel good. No way he's getting sloppy top.
That good old like.
Okay, well, that's implying he's got a big one.
No, you don't have to have a big one to gag. You can fake a gag. Oh no! What was that?
Yikes! That's a fake one on a tiny one.
Oh man!
Anyway, um, Petite Le Mans coming up. We got 2 cars in it. The Frenchies are running for us, which is awesome, and the LMP2 is going to get a redesign for it. LMP2 will look more like the current cars, like the red and white, and less of the jagged edge design that I originally had on like the R8 and stuff. So I'm excited for that.
Foggers.
Okay. What are you worked up about?
That LeBron James thing you sent me.
All right, so let me pull it up because fuck that guy.
I feel like it could be taken in a few different ways.
Yeah. Where's it? So it's okay. LeBron's tweeted out, "Why do so many ball players work on stuff they're never going to use in the game?" Seriously, question. Oh, annoys me a tad. First off, your grammar's terrible. Whatever. Second, what he needs first off needs to do is shut the fuck up. Who gives a shit what other people are working on? One, but whatever. You can have your own opinion. The second thing is him and I think another basketball player continued the conversation by saying it doesn't make any sense. Like you're such a waste of time. But it could not be. It could eventually end up being something that wins them a game because some random dude comes out on the floor, scores a 3 that he hasn't shot in 4 years.
Well, what I don't understand about the whole conversation is where do you get the gall to say something like that?
Right. Why does it matter what other people are practicing?
Who cares?
Do yourself. Let other people practice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get.
At this point, whatever he does is always going to piss us off. So it's not like.
Yes, I know. And I feel like a broken record bitching about him again. But it's just one of those things where it's like, this is just another reason. Like, there literally was 0 point in saying that.
Yeah.
0.
None. Whatsoever.
If somebody came at you on the way that you prepare for a season, you'd be all like,
right. Why does it matter? He would scream, why does it matter how I prepare? I'm the best in the world type of bullshit.
Yeah, just, I don't know. Like, you think you've ascended so much that you could voice your opinion on how other people prepare for a season.
Right.
Like,
let them
what?
prepare how they, like, if they've been doing something for 7 years that isn't working and isn't getting them a starting position, I would love for them to try something different.
Yeah, so that's a mini worked up.
I don't get why you wouldn't want them to try and better themselves to make them good at everything. Why wouldn't you want that?
I got a few like little worked ups, but on a positive note, can we have a round of applause for the Ravens, please?
The Ravens
giving the old ass clap to Andy Reid.
Things we love. Chiefs losing.
Yes.
The Lakers
love it. I love. Did you see that clip Did you see that clip where Harbaugh was like, "Hey, you want to go for this?"
Go for it, and he's like, "Yeah, let's do
that." That is dope. I love that because the first person that would get their nuts put in a vice if that didn't work, it would be Harbaugh.
But he wouldn't because now he's trusting in his players. Like this is a move, like a 100 IQ move or whatever the big IQ.
Right. You can make the argument that
now he's like
he said he could do it and he couldn't do it.
Trusting his player, and not my fault. Not my fault.
Yeah, but he still had to make the decision to let it happen or to pull the cord on it.
I think that was the best thing that he could have done was been like, Lamar,
but
are you confident in yourself?
Like, what a team defining moment when you're in a situation that could win you a game against the best team in the NFL and your coach looks at you and says, "Can you do this?" It's like, "All right, I'm going to trust you. Go for it."
Yeah.
Like, you have proven yourself enough to where your head coach doesn't override you and say, "Don't do it."
Yeah.
And he lets you guys go out and do it. And then it pays off.
And you do it.
Like, that is huge. And I'm not the biggest Ravens fan in the world because I'm a Steelers fan, but I will root for anybody that will shove it right up Patrick Mahomes' butt. And
the Super Bowl, we were that same way where it was like you and I were like, fuck the Chiefs,
yeah,
let's go Tom Brady.
yeah.
And we've never rooted for Tom Brady before in our lives,
No, I know.
but it was such a good feeling seeing them get swamped by Tampa Bay. And the first half, though, the entire time was, oh, Patrick Mahomes went to a second option. What a guy! Most people can't do that. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Quarterbacks are in the league because they can make decisions on the fly.
what do you mean? No,
We were
so
sucking him off because he literally looked his first round, was like, dumped
you
it
know
off.
Patrick Mahomes' brother, Jackson
Yes.
Mahomes. Okay, he's
Yes.
just as much of a scummer.
When
Did you see that clip floating
pouring-
around? Yeah,
pouring water
that
on
was
the Raven
ridiculous.
fan?
You're such a little bitch, dude.
Do you
Like,
remember like the NBA guys had people like arrested and fined and shit because they did shit like that?
yeah,
And this kid's gonna get away with it because he's Patrick Mahomes' brother.
that's some. And the shit that they were getting away with in that game, bro.
All right,
I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not one to say that like refs win and lose games. I refed before. When people blame the ref for a loss or a win, it's frustrating because it literally is.
Like, it wasn't just that call of it. You allowed yourself
Right.
to get to a point where it was that close, where a call would have changed.
But with that said, there are times where refs definitely flub shit that makes a difference.
Yeah.
And we've seen that in the past seasons in the NFL, even when they had that whole ref issue. And then they started allowing some different reviews at different times because refs were fucking it up.
Yeah,
And-
I think it started with the Des Bryant catch for the
Yeah.
that playoff game or whatever it was.
So that kind of stuff was like, okay. But I just don't like it just seems like, and I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on, certain teams get different, a little bit like stuff kind of go, okay, we'll let it go. Like, I was a ref. I get it. There is shit that
It's players. It's
I saw that I decided not to call, even though technically, according to the rule book, it's wrong. But I was just like, okay, for the sake of the game, let it go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it happens to every ref, professionally even. There's certain things, obviously the big things you can't let go, but certain little things here and there, you're not going to stop the game every 5 seconds because somebody said fuck out on the field, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, or somebody was shit talking somebody. You're not going to do that every single time. And even with the crackdown on the quote unquote
the
celebrations in
okay,
the end
so
zone,
we'll get into this.
it's still
after your
happening.
Statement because there's some bullshit.
Like,
going
it's still
on.
happening. Is it happening to the degree that it was? No, I guess
think
not. But
in some ways it could be worse.
right,
In some ways it's less. But like we
So-
have people like, so for instance, the Colts game. One of the linebackers for the Rams was freaking out, like, they're holding me, whatever, screaming at the ref, and he freaked out and hit the ref by accident. Like, he came down when he was like slamming his hands against his legs or whatever,
yeah, like throwing a fit.
hit the ref on the hat. He's like, see ya, you're out. And so our receiver was like, bye bye. Like, 3 guys on our team were like, bye bye, scumbag. You've been an ass all game. See ya. And they got called for taunting, and that's taunting. Like, you're saying goodbye, whatever. Who cares? Like, who cares about taunting? I'm not saying I don't want taunting. Makes the game more exciting.
Yeah, you got
And
put a little extra sauce on it.
Like the best version of taunting was when Juju came over and smoked the Bengals guy because he smoked Antonio,
yeah,
or was it Le'Veon? I think it was Antonio.
it was. Yeah,
Like, he
Vontez
killed-
perfect, wasn't it?
yeah,
It wasn't that. Yeah.
He killed Antonio, and Juju's like, not happening. See ya, and defended his guy. Like, that's taunt. Like, he stood over him and was like, "What the fuck are you gonna do now, bitch?" And like, that is awesome. That makes games exciting.
Yeah,
However,
like,
when you only call it on one side, and then Jalen Ramsey can intercept the ball and do the same thing to all of us, including the team, totally fine, because he's Jalen Ramsey and they're the
Yeah.
Rams, and the Rams are one of the big market teams.
it just
Big market
it is
teams,
shitty.
big market players, they won't call on because Goodell will call the ref later and be like, "Hey, you'll never ref a big game again. See ya."
and like obviously we don't know that this shit happens, but it
No,
looks
that's
a
our
little
that's
sus.
our
Yeah, it just looks a little sus. That's all. Like I put my tinfoil hat on, and I'm like, okay.
and they're in the Ravens game, you know, you had I think it was Hollywood Brown got hit relatively late. It was kind of wasn't a huge late hit, but it was enough to be like, hey, you could have helped me out a little bit. I was on the ground.
Yeah.
And Tyrann Matthews like, go back here, get out of here. And like if that was anybody else but him, it's a penalty.
Right.
But because it's him and the team he plays for, no, it's fine. There was a few points when Patrick got sacked or was getting tackled or whatever that I thought they were going to throw a flag because it's Patrick Mahomes. Like that's just what they do.
Yeah.
But they didn't for once, and that allowed the game to actually play it out and kind of show that if you get pressure on Mahomes, he's
just a man. Like he's not
he's
Superman.
a QB. He's a regular
like,
QB.
Yeah.
It helps when you have 3 top tier wide receivers you can throw to. Ooh, imagine that! And when you can freaking cheat the cap. Sure, it's nice when you can keep everybody.
Yeah, and that's another tinfoil hat thing. It just okay. Did you see the one clip of Belichick smiling his fucking balls off
I didn't
after his game?
No.
There was like a clip of him on the sideline, and I think they were playing. Didn't they play the Jets?
Yeah.
And that kid threw like a fuck ton of interceptions, and it just showed like at the end of the game, you know, Belichick is never happy, but he gets that like little cheeky smirk that he does. Yeah. He's just kind of at the end of the game, and he's got like that like.
That's another rookie quarterback down.
Yeah, like that half smile looking. Yeah. And it's just funny because like it's so weird that I hated Belichick and Brady when they were together, but now that they're apart, I love the both of them, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I think we're starting to more respect more what they've done and
yeah. But so that's just funny. Fantasy was a interesting one this week. We had our.
My game went from me winning by 30 to me losing by 20 to me winning by 4 to losing by 1 to winning by 90.
Yeah. It was all over the place.
I had Lockett and Derrick Henry, so that helps.
That was disgusting.
49
he just
something like that, and then 38 for Lockett.
Traipsed around that field. Nobody could stop. That's gross. Like, it's funny. Like, well, first of all you boys won. Me, Tom, and Kluge. We all got that dub. So I don't know who's first because I put up a lot of points last week and you did too this week.
I calculated it out. I am ahead of you by like 10, 15 points.
I was going to say it can't be by much. My week this week was like, if it wasn't for Cooper Kupp.
Because you had me by 10, but I just scored like 30 points more than you.
Yeah. So, but we'll take it. Me and Tom next week, baby. Let's see how it goes. Not playing Landry because apparently he's a puss boy and got hurt. So
it'll be fun. It'll be fun. That might be the championship game. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's me talking.
Well, no, we're in the same league, aren't we?
Yeah, but it's top 3 division. Top 3 of each division go to the playoffs.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying.
So
we're in the same side of the bracket.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Because,
Because what I get, well, I guess what I know how it would work is first of each division, I think gets a bye, and then bottom 2 play each other like a wild card game.
Oh, so it does split it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't just send you in based off of your division. Oh, see, I thought we went in against the division that we were in.
No, you are. That's what I'm saying. So it'll be like the bottom 2 of our division face each other. Bottom 2 of the 3. And then the first place guy of our division is here. Winner faces the first place guy up here, and so on and so forth, and then winner of each division. I think that might be how it works. I don't know. It kind of sucks because it's cool. I like that because it's more. That's how football is. But it kind of takes away like that whole.
underdog
Like-
coming in and
like the last place versus last place could end up being
well, right? Because like last year,
middle of the round. The
I think
middle
I was
round
like-
playoffs, but they're not going to this year.
I think I was like 2 spots or maybe like I like just made it in last year. I think by like 1 or 2 spots, and I ended up making it to the semifinals. So like that you can't do in this league because of the way the brackets are set up,
You
right?
could.
Or can you still?
So if you get third in the division, you can beat the second place division and make it to the semifinals. But
Right, but you're not going to go in if you're like 8th.
no,
That's
no,
it. Yeah,
Where this is, it's not like if you're ranked 6th, but you're 4th in your division, you're out.
yeah.
And that's how real football is, though. Like if you don't
Right, right.
if you don't win your division or get the wild card, but you have a better record than like for instance, Miami was 10-6 last year, whatever, and they're not in the same division, but whatever. This is a similar thing where the wild card team or the winner of the NFC East was what 7-8 or 7-9 or whatever. And obviously they get to go to the playoffs, but the 10-6 team doesn't, even though they have a better record. So you have
And usually you don't see it that way. Like, I feel like that's a very
normally
rare
it's the
thing.
best teams,
Yeah, but
because of their divisions, things happen. So that's how our bracket is, where you have to be top 3 of your division. It doesn't matter if you're top 6, as long as you're top 3 in your division, you're making it.
yeah,
So you have to focus on beating your division rivals or your division guys, which it's weird because in at least our 3 circumstances, we don't play because we have obviously there's 17 games and we have 14 people. So
right.
there's 3 people we play twice. None of them are in our division. They're all non-division. They're non-divisional games, which doesn't make any sense. Why they wouldn't make it that way, but
Yeah. Well,
so we'll see.
I don't know. I know you and me got a divisional one coming up next weekend, my boy. I'm nervous.
It'll be a game.
I'm nervous.
We got Detroit and Green Bay are playing right now. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to show up.
Dude, that's so garbage.
If he doesn't show up this week, he's trash. He's trash, and deserves to be. He's got 1 touchdown, 1 quarter down. He's got more points than he did last week. So
Yeah, got 3 points last week.
progress. Okay.
That worked.
And before we get into our videos or our media, whatever you want to call it, movies, I want to say we have a music playlist on the channel now. The lo-fi music, kind of
Lo-fi beats.
low or chill, relaxing. I found it to be really good for like studying or doing homework. It could be really good for if you want to do some mindless laps just to get your laps in.
I used it in masturbating. Worked perfectly.
Way to ruin this for me, please. Thanks. If you just want some music going on while you're trying to nail down a car setup or a track or just doing some homework,
You want some music on while you're trying to nail your girl?
This is not the type of music for that. Don't do that to yourself.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You try to go to the beat.
You want to clean. It's not fast enough. Like that's not enjoyable.
Yeah, no, you're torturing yourself. That's the point.
It's slow. It's supposed to be relaxing.
You're gonna get a limp dick.
right before bed. It's always a good one. I like these types of, and I think it's pretty stellar. So go check it out. If not, sad. Thanks. We might do it some more too because it's already kind of taken off. Not taken off, but it's been pretty good on our channel. So
Yeah, I
might
want to
do
see
a couple
views of
more.
these.
Couple more, and then obviously we have our gaming with HWR. We might record that tonight. This might be another night. We don't know yet for sure.
I know for sure I'll be around the weekend, so
Okay, that might be just
you can
good
get something dumb on the weekend.
then.
Yeah, yo, straight up, like
Let's keep coming. What's it say? That's at
23.
Yeah, so it's actually at 28.
Oh wow.
I have statistics up, but it was less than 24 hours, or it's been a little over 24 hours since.
Yeah, it's a day.
And it has the same amount of views that something had a month ago. Over.
I know, dude.
Yep.
We got
I think it's worth it for us to do one a month, maybe something like that. So keep an eye out for that. If you like it, let us know. We can do different.
Yeah,
music.
we're.
It could be just streaming music.
I think we're picking it up on the YouTube.
So, yeah, keep subscribing, keep following us, keep watching. We're doing good. We're doing good. Let's shoot for 100 subscribers here. We're at 28, so let's do it before the end of the year. All right, what do you got for movie?
Shit. I don't have anything.
I don't
You go first.
I don't either. I was going to talk about sex education though. Again, I think I've talked about it. Have you watched it before?
What?
Sex Education, the show,
No.
Netflix show. It's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah. It's hilarious and awkward and high school. It's so it was a lot of fun. They just released season 3, so we just started season 3. But 1 and 2 were really, really, really good. You should check it out. I to me it's like an 8-2, 8-3.
How long are the episodes?
42. Right?
Oh, okay.
You should check it out.
I'll give it a run. We'll see.
You'd like it. There's a lot of like sex jokes, and it's right up your alley.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Do it.
Now that you've watched the movie, I was going to talk about it. I pulled up my list.
Sweet Girl.
Yeah.
We already talked about it, didn't we?
No,
You sure?
I'm pretty positive.
I think we have.
No, because when did you watch it?
Oh no, I think it was after I had the baby and you guys did the podcast. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Sweet Girl, Shep, what did you give it? You gave it like an 8 something.
I think I gave it like an 8-1.
And I gave it, I think like a 6 something.
Actually, I think we have. Thinking about it, I can watching it and coming right off the gate right after I watched it, I'm like 8-1. But after you were talking about it after you watched it and blah blah blah, and I was like thinking about it, I was like, all right, I could bring it down. I could meet you in the middle and I could do a 7-5.
You said 7-9 was the end redeems it 7-9.
Okay,
I said 5-8. Final score was 6-0 for me.
I could bump it to a 7-5. I mean, it's within that 7-5 to.
Yeah, my problem was that the twist and like the ending was so predictable.
See, I must just be stupid with movies then, because I was not expecting.
I don't want to
that.
say that the twist wasn't predictable. The twist was, I mean, it could have been predictable. It's not like it's not predictable, but it didn't hit as hard as some twists that I've had. Some like Interstellar, that twist. That's
yeah,
an all ages twist. Like that's a twist that changes the score by 30 points, type of thing. Where this just felt bland. Like the twist was like, oh, it's just the girl. Okay.
Well, I gotta be honest. If the movie didn't have that twist in it, I'm giving it a 6.
Yeah, it
like not a fan.
Momoa was the best part, and he wasn't even alive.
It was just very like,
what's going on? Like,
nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Like it was spinning its wheels the whole time.
Literally,
and then finally
right wheels in the woods because their car was stuck.
Yeah, and then finally at the end, it's like, oh, she had like a psychotic break.
Yeah,
and
they should have done way more with that.
And that I'm good with, and I like that. But my biggest bitch to that, she's how old?
It's like 13, and she's taking on full-grown assassins.
I'm like,
no way. And less than a year of training, no. No
I'm a
way.
little, yeah, it's a little suspect to me. I'm definitely like, I don't know if that's.
Oh, she was a trained fighter. No, she wasn't.
She's like
She was
on the
a
roof with the one
recreational
dude.
fighter
Yeah, she's like on the roof with the one dude. Like, it's like
doing Black Widow
he's
shit.
like, yeah, he's like a John Wick. Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah, I was kind of like, eh. I mean, that made it goofy. That didn't bring the points up a lot, but I think it gave it like a solid 1 point bump for me. Like, just the actual twist itself, I was like, oh, that made me like, which
Yeah,
is,
they could have. One of those movies where the potential was so great because of how like heartwarming the story could have been,
yeah,
and like oh the redemption, he's gonna go get revenge for what Bioprime did or whatever, and then we see the first guy who literally he blamed for her death died in the first 20 minutes or whatever, and that was
well,
and
and
it
the
was over.
premise of the actual movie doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, what are the odds that you find the one pharmaceutical company that also has some like deep rooted black market assassin shit going on with it too? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you could,
I don't know. With today's day and age, it's not
well,
that
that's what I was gonna
far-fetched.
say. You could like,
Big pharma.
you could make the joke like they were trying to make a commentary about pharmaceutical companies in today's state of the world, which
Right.
you could say like that was kind of why they did it that way.
Right.
It was like
They
obviously a
literally
big
bought
blown up version of,
politics.
yeah, it was like a blown up version of what might actually be going on now. So okay. But the biggest thing for me was like bland plot twist, 13-year-old girl beating up assassin. I'm like,
Right. And then like the ending was so unsatisfying because
I know.
she just flew away and no one got in trouble.
Yeah.
Like
God, the more I think about it, I don't know why I
and
like that movie so much after I
you're
watched it.
welcome.
I'm just kind of like,
this girl committed 3 murders, and the FBI's like, she can walk through the airport, and we're
yeah,
not
they're
gonna
like that
find
shit
her.
busting, and then they just let her go.
Like, acting like you can change your hair and you can change your facial mustache. You know, if you have a mustache, cut your hair, do all that stuff. They're still gonna find you. They have facial recognition to find you. You're donezo. It doesn't
I'm gonna
matter
give that
what
movie my final score for that movie is a 7. I'm going down again.
Good.
The more I'm talking about it, the more I'm going down because it's just not. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, you're right. It's not that satisfying. Fuck you.
The problem is that I'm also uh, a realistic point of view and how unrealistic it is. But I love unrealistic movies. But this one,
Well, yeah,
was trying to be realistic. Was it not? Like that's what it felt
yeah.
like. It was trying to be realistic.
No, I agree.
She lost her parents, mental break, killed everybody. Like that totally could happen, but in way different ways. Like she couldn't win hand to hand with 3 people
No,
at the same time.
no. If you
2
did
of
some Home
them
Alone
being
type shit and
security
you like
guards.
baited them into booby traps and shit, sure.
Right.
But no, you know what movie I'm pumped for is that one you sent me with what's his nuts in it,
Jake
and
Gyllenhaal.
yeah,
He's the
he's the
911.
9/11 dispatcher
911. Did you really just say 911 dispatcher?
or
It's 911.
911.
Fuck.
I'm like brain dead.
Yeah, no, I think that's gonna be really good. Really, really good.
Yeah,
Intense.
that sounds.
like a lot of emotions going on.
But that's another one where like watch what you do because you could easily.
Right. Right.
Because the trailers for Sweet Girl looked cool. Movie blue. So
Because you weren't the only one that talked it up. Like
Kluge did too.
Kluge did, but Taylor had like 3 or 4 people on Facebook say that it was one of the best movies they've ever seen. And she was like, "Do you want to watch it?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, because you guys have talked it up a little bit."
There was some weird shit that they put some hypnosis in it that made people think it was better than it was. Because I thought it was really good when I was done watching it.
You were.
But now that I'm done, I'm like, not that great.
Interesting. But like that's how a lot of like shock factor plays so much into people's ratings of movies, where you even said it yourself. Like Endgame's not your favorite anymore. Like it's
No, after I watched a few, like I actually watched a guy do a tier list of all the Marvel movies, which I think would be cool. That I think we should do that too. Like just get
okay,
you, me, and
movies.
Kluge
We just movies in general.
and do them all. Like do all of them, all the shows, everything up to this point. Tier list.
Okay.
And I saw him do one of those, and he was like talking up the different movies, and I got thinking about older movies that I hadn't seen in a while, and then thinking about like the newer ones, and I think Infinity War is just better than Endgame.
Yeah.
And there was other Marvel movies that I would put on the same level of Endgame to possibly better. I think the biggest thing for me that
Hold
Endgame.
up. Kluge just messaged one of the Discord chats that we're in, but still hasn't talked to me. Huh. You see this? Nothing.
Kluge, you scummer.
Anyway, continue. It'd be cool for us to do something like that. I like that. But
Yeah,
where
so-
like shock factor and shock value has so much.
But the
impact on
biggest
the way
thing
we
for
think.
me that movie did right after I saw it was like it's the culmination of everything
Right, and
that you've been leading up to, and that all
One
of that
of your
outside
favorite
noise, all of that
lines
outside
you-
noise played into the actual movie. But if you break down the quality of the movie, it doesn't level up to the other ones.
yeah,
So, and now that you've kind of got that, like now that you blew your load and you watched it in the theater, you don't have all that background noise anymore. So if you rewatch the movie again, you're just rewatching the movie, and its rewatchability gets worse
right.
because it's not as good of a movie.
Yeah. But
So
that's how I can like for me, at least in my opinion, how if a movie is in my top 10, it has to have rewatchability, and
yeah,
like where I can over and over and over again. My worry is that if I rewatch Cruella, I'm not gonna like it as much, so I haven't.
yeah,
Because like it was so good in theaters that I think I'm in that same of like I was hit with a shock value of like, damn, that was so much better than I thought. It was amazing. She played it so well. Oh, it was good, but it wasn't like.
and sometimes that's good. Like just let it be that way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You did it, you saw it, let it ride, and then not worry about it.
Right.
So yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I think that played into your decision on the original reviewing.
Oh, there he is.
Wait, hold up. No. They didn't race because they're not in the chat. He's lying to me. Now he's lying to me.
He said, "Pull the Shep." I told you he was getting that sloppy top.
No, he didn't know. He said they raced, LOL.
No, in the text messages.
I know. He texted me privately. Or
Oh,
because I said, "What the fuck? Why didn't you let me know?" But anyway, whatever. So that was a good movie. I think we can get it there. Fuck you, Kluge. You can suck my dick.
see what I put? I said you get sloppy toppy. Oh, I make myself laugh.
You're ridiculous.
All right,
All right.
your boy Hungies.
Go watch our YouTube channel. This will be on there. This kid. Anyway, go watch our YouTube channel. Go this will be on here. The new stuff will be on there. Go let us know what you think. We'll adjust accordingly. Let's
We're on Zoom again, obviously, but we'll see. Kind
we'll
of play
back
it
in
week by
person.
week.
We're just doing Zoom because we thought Kluge might join in.
Yeah, and we'll play it week by week. We'll see what happens. So
yeah, it's just whatever. Thank you, Rogue Energy. Code HWR 2020, all caps. Thank you, OGO. Thank you, GoPro. Thank you, Falcon Race Reps. Thank you, Big Party Sound.
Fire Beach.
Thank you, Filling Machine Tool. And thank you, viewers. Let us know what you think again. And buy our merch down there. Link below. And last but not least, subscribe. Okay, bye.
Tweet.